So for the introduction of our project is methods to collect insect and other arthropods are almost as numerous as kind of insects, and new techniques are still being developed. So there are many types of collection of various group of insect and arthropod, but however, collecting a specific taxons for specific purpose may require a particular protocol which should be followed. The objective of our project is to learn the technique or method used for insects collection, and second is to identify the equipments or tools used for insects collection, and lastly, to learn how to preserve the insects for sampling.
Hi, my name is KAYSNEE. So for the material that we have used are different diameter of insect spin, display box polystyrene, meat slice, different sizes of round container, nectar, sugar water, and fruits. For methodology, first, the different species of insect was captured by using different collecting methods, which are hand collecting, bait trap, and pitfall trap. Next, the captured insect were then placed into the household's freezer in a tightly closed container. This is to allow them to paralyze. After the insect was fully paralyzed, they were pinned through its thorax on a piece of polystyrene to fix the position by using different sizes of pins depending on their size. The insect was then allowed to dry for several days. After the insect was dried, the insect was transferred into a prepared box by pinning onto the polystyrene in the box and was labeled. The preserved insects were then clearly displayed. One of the insects captured is American cockroach, and its scientific name is Periplaneta americana. Taxonomy identification. The other Periplaneta americana has the largest body size and has the longest lifespan, up to about 700 days among all common cockroach species. The life cycle of American cockroach is incomplete metamorphosis. There are 3 life stages: egg, nymph, and adults. From an egg to adult takes about 600 days, and another can live up to about 400 days. Eggs can be found in the basement, crawl space, crack, crevice of porch, walkways, adjacent, and sewer. The Periplaneta americana can transmit pathogenic bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoan, and 5 species of helminthic worms. This American cockroach was collected by hand collecting. Next, the insect captured was blowflies, and its scientific name is Chrysomia albiceps. Taxonomy identification. The Chrysomia albiceps and Chrysomia rufifacis have a similar biology but slight differences of morphology, which is the presence of pistil in Chrysomia albiceps while absent in Chrysomia rufifacis. There are also minor differences in larval stage morphology. The life cycle of blowfly is complete metamorphosis. There are 4 life stages: eggs, larvae, pupa, and adults. It typically takes about 3 to 4 weeks to grow from an egg to adults, depending on the species, temperature, and humidity levels at the location of the body. Eggs can be found everywhere in association with human habitation. The blowflies can transmit disease organisms responsible for Salmonella, dysentery, and foodborne illness. The techniques used for collection was bait traps. Next, the insect captured was beaver ant, and its scientific name is O. Echophila longinoda. The taxonomy identification. There are 3 of other genera of beaver ant, namely Polyrhizis, Componotus, and Dendromyrmex. Also use larva silk in the nest construction, but the construction and architecture of their nests are simpler than the O. Echophila. The life cycle of beaver ant is complete metamorphosis. There are 4 life stages: egg, pupa, larvae, and adults. They spend about 30 days to grow from an egg to adults. Eggs can be found high in the canopy. For medical importance, it does not sting but can inflict painful bites. The technique used for collection was pitfalls trap.
Assalamualaikum and good day to you all, and also Madam Haniza. Okay, my name is Dayana Binti Hong, and I will present to you about the insects that I captured for my final project. So, firstly is the Culex pipiens, that is the house mosquito. So, it is in the class of Insecta or the Diptera, and in the family of Culicidae. So, size is about 4 to 10 millimeter, brownish coloration of its body, with a proboscis biting mouthpart on with only scales dorsally. It is usually have abdomen have rounded edges of the abdomen. And then the dorsal segments is bearing with yellowish basal band. So the life cycle for Culex is like the normal ones. Okay, it's in 4 stages: eggs, larva, pupa, and adult. Mostly it's it completes about 2 to 4 weeks. So, Culex pipiens is the vector of one or more diseases for humans and animals, such as Western virus, Japanese encephalitis, St. Louis encephalitis, but also filariasis and avian malaria. So they are usually found in high organic content water and can be found in ponds, water-filled containers. So the technique that I used to capture this is using bait traps. So next is the Aeglonopsis revia, that is the grass spider. So it is in the class Arachnida, order Arachnae, family Aeglenidae. So the male is about 13 to 17 mm, and also the foal females is 16 to 20 mm. So their legs have distinctive annuli. So they are brown in color without any distinguishing markings, because the ordinary house spiders also have the same markings as them. But grass spiders lacks the V-shaped sternum marks and an unclear ventral abdominal band, which is we can see clearly where the segmented part is, with centropholex and the abdomen. So they grow through the stages of spiders, such as eggs, beginning, and adults. May differ in each stage, but differ between species, but usually it's a similar process. So for their medical importance, they do have venom, but impenetrable by their fangs. Our skin is their fangs are impenetrable to our skin. Okay, some cases just have some mild swelling and inflamed skin. So they can form in woodlands, meadows, grasslands, forest fields, stones, and old fields. Techniques used for collect the spider is hand picking. Okay, next is the fork-tailed bush cattit or Scuderia furcata. So it is in the class Insecta, order Optoptera, family Tetigonidae. So it is a grasshopper-like insect with extremely long antennas, body length from 1 to 6 cm, have wide range of wings but poor flyers. So they're here through a structure known as tympetum or tympatic organ, which is found in their legs. So life cycle is like the grasshopper, which has eggs, nymphs, and adult. Eggs may be laid in the soil or straight into plant tissue. The youngs are identical to adults, but their wings are not fully formed. Okay, their medical importance. So mostly cuttlefish are harmless to humans, but their populations will affect the ecosystem balance. So if their population is high, so they will affect our vegetation such as vegetables and also crops like fruits. So the habitat is the edge of the woods and in overgrown areas. So techniques used to collect the grasshopper is hand picking.
So one of the species that we had collected is Supella longipalpa, which is known as brown banded cockroach. So the taxonomy of this species we can see in the slides. It belongs to class Insecta, order Blatodia, family Blatelidae, genus Supella, and the species name is, as mentioned just now, Supella longipalpa. And the habitat of these species is they congregate in warm areas such as refrigerators, because and also heat generating appliance. So that's why we can find it behind the refrigerators and other appliance, and also furniture. And the medical importance of this species is these species are capable to spread E. coli and Salmonella, which can cause gastroenteritis and diarrhea. And the life cycle of this species, the male have a shorter development period compared to female, and the egg capsule is yellowish or reddish, like brown in color, and the length is around 5 millimeter. The female carries the egg capsule for 24 to 36 hours, and then it will attach it to some object such as desks, tables, and other furniture, and even in bedding. So for this species, the technique used for collection is pitfall trap, where we place the pitfall trap behind the refrigerator because it's the warm area, right? Then we trap the cockroach. So for the second species is Bohtrogonia adulta, is known as orange leafhopper, and also belongs to class Insecta, but different order, which is Hemiptera, and belongs to family Cicadelidae. The genus is Bohtrogonia, and species is, as mentioned just now. Okay, so for the habitat of these species, they are found on almost all types of plant in Southeast Asia, such as China, India, Burma, Thailand, Vietnam, in Malaysia as well, Philippines, Singapore, West Indonesia, which is Sumatra, Java, Borneo. Okay, so this leafhopper can transmit plant pathogens such as virus, phytoplasma, and bacteria. And also some species are significant for agriculture pests. So for the life cycle of this species is the leafhopper undergo direct development from nymph to adult without a pupal stage. And the adult and nymphs of some species are quite colorful in color. Some, like in particular, Stagely trinae, have largely translucent wings and resemble flies at a casual glance. So for the technique used for this species collection, is hand picking. We just pick the species using our hands because we can find it on the plants. Okay, so that one is for the orange leaf hopper. Last for my insects collection is Maladira castagna. It's known as Asiatic garden beetles. So it belongs to same class, which is Insecta, different order Coleoptera, and family Scarabaeidae. The genus is Maladira, species is Maladira castagna. Okay, the habitat for these garden beetles is they are found in garden. That's why the name is Asiatic garden beetles. So adults beetles, they feed on leaves and flowers, and their larvae feed on roots, of various types of plants. Okay, so in terms of the medical importance, the larvae are known to cause problems in ornamental stuff, gardens, sweet potatoes, soybeans, corn, and other field crops. So and then the Asiatic garden beetles larvae will cause damage to blueberry as well. Okay, so for the life cycle of this species, the larva pupates in late May and June, and it will emerge as an adult in around late June and July. So the females burrows into the soil to lay their eggs, which then hatch in about 2 weeks like that. So the Asiatic garden beetles, they has only one generation per year for adults. Okay, the technique used for collection is also same as the orange leaf hopper, which is hand picking. So we just pick the insects because we can find it on in gardens. So we just pick it up by using our hands. So for the discussion, we would like to explain more on the method of collection. So for the method of collection, we choose the qualitative collection because there were no attempt that is made to quantify the collecting effort, sample size, and catch. Uh, qualitative collection is also known as because only the presence of or absence of a particular species or group is of interest, and the collection samples are not equivalent and cannot be compared beyond presence or absence of a particular taxon. So we continue the device and equipments for our collection, our insects collection. The collection device that have been used are pitfall trap and bait trap. Pitfall trap is used to collect river ant, Orcophylla longinoda, and a brown-banded cockroach, which is known as Supella longipalpa. And the bait trap is used to capture a blowfly, uh, which is known as Carsomnia albicete. Okay, so for the preservation of our insects that had been collected, we use refrigerate freeze method, which is we put the insects in the refrigerator for a few hours, and then the insect will die, but it will not dry out. So it is suitable for temporary preservation. So that is the method used for preservation.
In conclusion, okay, insect collection is have much priorities or importance for us. So firstly is can be up to date about the taxonomy information, such as most of the species have different physical form morphology. So different species, different genus, so much more that we can see using the insect collection uh, method. So also we can learn about the life cycle, ecology, and value systems. We can also gain knowledge of their medical significance, and also we can appreciate more about the entomology field, because entomology field is much wide and also important also in our society, because of insects are mostly living among us. So better knowing them before before encountering them. So that's all for our presentation. So this is the reference that we get for this. So thank you.